So, over the years, I've gone by several names. Um, Afur, Arsene, Codsworth. And the truth is, I don't really care about what my online alias is anymore. I don't care about. So, this was all so much easier in my head. So, the title of this video is It's Time. And I'm sure all of you are wondering, well, Cody, it's time for what? Well, it's time that I let go. It's time that I move on. Now, don't get worried. This isn't this isn't some sort of suicide note or anything like that. This is nothing to be alarmed about. This is just about my dream and how over the years I have worked very hard to achieve my dream. I have made countless videos and I have streamed countless hours working towards my goal. I have made many sacrifices and I have tried my very best to make a career out of content creation. And after roughly 10 years, almost 11 years, I think, I have realized that I don't want to do this anymore. I I have realized that in order to become a successful content creator, you need I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase this. In order to continue being a successful content creator day after day, you have to almost be someone you're not. You have to convince your audience and put on a smile. And you just have to show your audience everything they want to see and tell them everything they want to hear, even if it's not what you agree with, even if it's not what I agree with. You know, a lot of content creators, a lot of streamers, a lot of YouTubers, they are puppets. You know, they are controlled by their audience. And my whole dream, my goal was to achieve freedom through YouTube and streaming. But I've learned now that that dream, that goal is unrealistic. And I don't mean like I don't believe in myself. You know, I'm not saying that I don't believe in myself. I'm not saying that it's not possible, cuz I do think it's possible. It's not being able to do it that I'm saying. It's it's unrealistic because you can't be free if you have to please your audience. That is not freedom. You know, if I have to walk on eggshells every day with what I say, while I'm streaming or making a video, if I have to tiptoe around every single subject or topic, that's not freedom. That's not me being true to myself. That's me putting on a facade. I would be fake. That's not freedom. I don't want that for myself. I've learned that I don't want that for myself. I thought that I can make it work, that it could be different, but it can't. In order to be a successful content creator, you have to put aside many parts of yourself. And you have to entertain people. That's the job. Your job is to be entertaining. And you have to you have to be the version of yourself that the audience wants you to be. But you can't be yourself. Not entirely. And to me, that's just not worth it. You know, like I said, I thought that's freedom. I thought waking up every day and playing video games and streaming and being funny and entertaining people, you know, for 12, 16 hours a day, and then making YouTube videos and TikToks and Instagram reels and all this fucking garbage. I thought that would be freedom, but I know deep down that it's not. I know deep down that is not what I want to do. That is not who I want to be. I do not want to be a puppet. I do not want to be silenced. I do not want to be afraid of those creatures on the internet. Most importantly, I do not want to be at the mercy of a faceless mega corporation such as YouTube or Twitch. For those who don't know, I'm sure many of you don't know because I haven't made a video about it yet. This will be the first time many of you are hearing about this. A couple weeks ago, I became a Twitch affiliate. After roughly 10 years, roughly 11 years, I've finally achieved one of my goals, which was monetizing my Twitch channel. Being able to make money from ad revenue and subscriptions. And it felt great. It felt awesome. I was finally able to achieve something significant after so many years and so much hard work. And it felt great. Only for it to be stripped away from me like a week later. For something that I had no control over, for something I didn't even do. I was permanently suspended from the Twitch platform. And I appealed it and was promptly told to go fuck myself. They have no proof that I did anything wrong. They have no evidence, and I know they have no proof because I didn't do anything wrong. Now, they suspended me for fraudulent Prime subscriptions, to which I had no control over or knowledge of. They don't care. And I realized that if I had made a living and a career out of being a streamer, I would be totally fucked over something I didn't do. Something I had no control over. Because someone else used stolen and fraudulent Prime subscriptions to subscribe to my channel. I had no control over that. I do not want stolen or fraudulent subscriptions on my channel. Why the fuck would I want that? Twitch is retarded. I don't want to go on a rant about that, but that's part of the reason why I have come to this conclusion. I have been thinking a lot since then. It's been about a week about a week and a half since my initial suspension, and about 3 days, about 2 or 3 days since the appeal was told, since my appeal was told to go fuck myself. You know what I'm trying to say. my appeal failed. They told me to go fuck myself. It's been about 3 days since then. And I've just been thinking a lot. I got really depressed after the initial suspension. I just slept. I slept a lot, man. I was just thinking a lot, trying to process everything, trying to figure out if this is something that I even want to pursue anymore, if this is even worth it, if I'm even enjoying it. And I think I do enjoy it. But I've never, I don't want to say never. I think a lot of the times when I create a video or a stream, I'm not in the right headspace. I don't have the right mindset. I'm always going about it like I'm trying to escape from my 9 to 5. I'm trying to desperately flee from my anxiety. And that is not fun for anybody, you know? When I create content like that, it's not me, you know? I'm either trying to be someone I'm not to appeal to my audience, or I'm trying to be someone I'm not to appeal to YouTube and Twitch's policies, absurd policies. You know, I constantly have to work around editing, creating something that I want to create. You know, I have to leave out certain songs that I think are super impactful and meaningful to what I'm trying to say, to the message I'm trying to convey. You know, music and other things that could be considered copyright. I am now limited. I am restricted because I am trying to play by their rules. And it's frustrating. It's annoying. You know, I can't be fully creative if I'm constantly dodging these restrictions. I can't say what I want to say if I'm worried about your stupid fucking rules. So, I'm making this video to say that it is time for me to let go, for me to move on. I am tired. You know, I've lived every single day for 10 years being afraid to play video games by myself without streaming or recording because I didn't want to miss out on a possible viral clip or reaction. I wanted every moment to be captured. And any time that I wasn't capturing my gameplay and my reactions, I felt like I was failing. I felt like I wasn't trying hard enough. So my dream was to be free, right? Well, I'm freeing myself from not only my expectations, but yours. Now, this is not goodbye. This is not the end. This is the end of my dream, but this is not the end of my channel. This is not the end of my creativity. In fact, this is a new beginning. From now on, any video I make, I'm going to make it because I want to. I'm going to say what I want to say without worrying about all these silly restrictions. I'm going to do what I want to do because that is freedom. Not being worried about what you think of me or what YouTube thinks of me or what Twitch thinks of me or what I think of myself. I'm just going to do what I want. I'm going to make what I want. And I'm going to do it how I want to do it. If I want to use a copyrighted song, I'm fucking using it. I'll fucking play the whole song. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. And your song. I'll use the whole thing. I'll use a whole album if I feel like it. And you're not going to do shit. You're certainly not going to make money from my channel because my channel's not monetized. So, I'm taking back my creativity. And in order to do that, I have to accept that the dream that I once had is done. It is not my dream anymore. I have grown, I have learned, and I have failed a lot. But I have learned a lot, and I now know what I don't want to do and who I don't want to be. And I think that's what's most important, is that I'm starting to figure out who I want to be and what I want to do. I don't know exactly who I want to be yet and what I want to do just yet. You know, I will still continue making videos whenever I feel like it, whenever I feel inspired, whenever I feel I have something important to say. But I will not be pursuing this as a career any longer, not for another goddamn moment. It's been too hard on me. You see all these fucking gray hairs, man? You see all this stress I've put on myself, all this pressure I've put on myself over the years? Look at my eyes, man. I'm tired. I'm freeing myself from my expectations and from yours. I'm freeing myself from all of it. From my dream. I have grown. I'm going to find a new dream. New ambitions, new goals. Because that's what I want. I want to be me. I don't want to be who you think I should be. I just want to be who I am. I want to be who I want to be. This video is already almost 18 minutes long. I know it was kind of a rant, kind of like unscripted, just putting my thoughts out there. But I really wanted to let go after all of this. After my Twitch suspension, I did a lot of thinking, and this isn't what I want to do anymore. Not as a career. I still enjoy doing it. I'll still be streaming every now and again. I'll still be uploading videos. In fact, I may be uploading more often now that I don't have all of my pressure and expectations that I've put on myself. You know, this is supposed to be fun. And the sad thing is, I think I've rarely ever had fun. Out of the thousands of hours I spent streaming and almost hundreds of videos that I've created, I think I very rarely have actually had fun. And it's supposed to be fun. But I was always so stressed and putting this pressure on myself that I had to be perfect. I had to follow every rule. I had to be who they want me to be. I had to make videos a certain way because if I didn't, they wouldn't get views. You know? I had all of these restrictions. And I'm tired. I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to wrap it up here. The point of this video, it's time for me to let go of my dreams and find new ones. And even though I'm letting go of my dreams, that doesn't mean I'm walking away from content creation entirely. That just means I'm going to be approaching it in a very new and different way. A way that is healthier and easier for me. More creative, you know. I can approach it more creatively now, within with a lighter conscience. So that's about it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. I It's been a long 10 years, guys. But I feel like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. I have been freed from these shackles. I'm so tired. But I am so happy that it's over. But that's it, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.